I can detain you and arrest you.
Okay, detain me then.
Okay. Turn around.
No.
Don't resist.
No.
If you would like to become a police officer, we're hiring.
Impersonating a cop sounds quite a foolish idea, but you'd be surprised to see how many people do this. Today, we'll be going through these cases where foolish cop impersonators were apprehended and arrested by the real ones. On the 7th of November 2023, an off-duty New Mexico State police officer observed a car trying to pull him over. He even had the cop's blue and red lights on, and upon seeing this, he contacted the police department. Shortly after, Officer Galliano came over and approached the individual.
How you doing, sir? Officer Galliano, State Police. Who are you with?
Teal.
Do you have your identification card and everything? I
do.
sorry to bother you, but
This guy's been following me. And
I know who it
my
is.
friend Okay.
so I understand you were slowing traffic down on the highway.
No.
You sure about that?
100%.
Can you go ahead and pull that out, please?
How you doing, sir?
Good.
What's your name?
In charge.
I'm in.
Sergeant.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Sorry.
Okay, sir. I was told that you were using your car like you were a police officer.
No. Well, you should have showed it, right? You're
Okay.
in my truck. I told you to show it in your truck. You're on private property right now.
You have your driver's license, sir?
I'm not giving it. You have that.
The individual in question was a private security guard, Ronald Portillo, who thought that he had the power to detain anybody.
In charge of this right now.
Okay. You're in charge of what?
I'm charged with this property and other properties.
Okay, and that's fine. But over there on the highway, where you lit up cars and you were using your car like a police car.
There's no proof.
Okay, hear me out. I'm investigating something, right? And if you refuse to give me your driver's license, I can detain you and arrest you.
Okay, detain me then.
Turn around.
No.
Don't
No.
resist.
Resist, man.
Hey, knock it off. Knock it.
Portillo thought he might easily get away from the cops, but he was quickly taken into custody by the officer. The officers ended up arresting the fake cop.
I haven't done anything wrong. Hey, don't.
Hey, stop
anything
pulling
wrong.
away.
Don't do it. Knock it off.
Well, then why are you
Now
resisting?
you're resisting arrest. Now you're resisting. Could have just gave me your ID.
I gave you ID.
Could have given me your driver's license.
I understand that.
All right.
Well, you know.
Do me a favor. You have any other weapons on you?
Well, mace.
Okay.
You got mags.
Any other weapons, sir?
Mace.
Is that recording?
Yes.
Excellent.
After handcuffing him, the officers proceeded to search him before placing him in the back of the police cruiser.
I don't care. What do you got in there?
Where do you keep your cuff keys?
No,
You got cuffs? Where do you keep the cuff keys?
They're on my lap. 30 seconds.
I mean, this could have gone a lot easier,
It
man.
was easier. I gave you my ID, and that's who it was. Oh,
I asked for your driver's license. You refused.
yes, sir. Because I didn't break the law.
Yes, sir.
No,
You did.
sir, I didn't.
Okay, well, I was investigating you breaking the law.
Okay, but that's still not breaking the law, right?
Nothing else? All right, do me a favor. Have a seat here on the sidewalk.
No, I don't want to sit. I'd rather just stand.
Okay, cuffs are not meant to be comfortable, man.
Man, I know.
Do you want to sit on the sidewalk or in the back of a unit?
How about if I lean against the unit?
You can sit on the sidewalk or in the back of a
If I
unit.
just lean on a unit,
All right, back of the
I
unit.
have a bad back
All right.
from my rack.
Well, we'll be gentle.
You got to be gentle.
All right.
Okay.
Once he was arrested, the officers tried to talk to him about what he was doing, and surprisingly, he still believed that he had the right to stop anybody.
I live in Edgewood. I come here, talking. This is my first post. Then we go to Central and Eubank, and we just run all of those all the way down to the. I didn't light them up. I didn't do anything. I know that's against the law to pose as an officer. I'm a PPO for the state. I work for this company, and we're cleaning house here. Getting close and getting close. I asked him to show his ID. He refused to show his ID. And so I started backing up. Look, last night, we busted a guy that there's so much. There was a stabbing. There was a guy yesterday that I busted that went into the place of the what is it? The laundromat, next to the laundromat. He went in there. Then he tried to carjack somebody.
Portillo had a bizarre explanation for his action, and it was evident that he didn't even consider this behavior a problem.
When you guys stopped me, I didn't do shit wrong. It's just that when you ask for my ID, I haven't done anything wrong. So that's why.
So you're in detainment. We're talking to you. We're completing an investigation. We advised you were completing an investigation.
Right.
At that point, you are obligated to provide.
Am I in this?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
State actor now. As a PPO officer, you should know that.
I do, but
So-
if I did something wrong, though, show me where the badge is. He doesn't go. I mean, if he's saying his badge is there, and even you guys, why wouldn't you show your badge? He said
Wearing
it's
my
in his
badge.
in civilian clothes,
Mhm.
and I gave you the opportunity. I back up. I said, go ahead, get in your vehicle,
Okay.
and show me your badge. Then everything would have been smooth, but he didn't want to do that.
Fortunately, the cops had brought an end to this and tried to knock some sense into him. Portillo wasn't accepting the fact that he turned on his red and blue light. That's when the captain himself came over to confront him about the incident.
That you were Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department whenever you were on the highway. That's the problem. So when I got to the right, your right front headlight, you turned on your lights and tried to stop me. Okay, that's how I felt. That's why I immediately shut up. Why I immediately moved to the right, and then you shut them off. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. Number one, dude doesn't have a license plate, and now he's turning his lights on at me. That's why I contacted the on-duty officer.
The on duty.
Okay? So, and then you continue to do this little evasive thing.
There's
okay?
no evasive. I'm not being evasive. This is my
control.
This is
You're assigned right here.
we're
Who do you
assigned.
work for?
I'm not just assigned. Hang on. Can you hit that side button and shut it off? Or tell him, yeah, hang on.
Portillo's entitlement was on the high as he kept refusing to have done anything illegal. However, the captain made a valid point that left him speechless.
This is where we come. This is where I come first.
Now let's rewind. Okay, I understand what you're saying, and like I said, your presence here, where you're dressed, your vehicle, all of that, on private property, just like you said, you own this property, it's private property.
Right.
Absolutely valid. Again, going back to the interstate, why did you turn on your lights on?
I didn't turn on your lights.
You turned on your blue front lights. Whenever I went to your right front,
I didn't.
how did I know they were blue?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
There's all in there, so I don't know. If I did, I didn't know because I usually turn on my lights here because I was going to go to the latest.
Like things are gonna go really bad. You're trying to do a good thing, man.
The captain wasn't going to believe his lie, and he kept pressing him to reveal the truth.
I understand that.
Right.
But what you're doing right now, okay, by trying to
As far as what?
As far as lying, okay, so I didn't turn on my lights, okay, so now number one you're doing is you're trying to make me out to be a liar.
I'm not trying to make you out to be a liar.
Just let me finish, okay? It's like, I'm all about respect.
Okay, go ahead.
You can ask these guys.
Go ahead.
Like, they want to talk to me, they want to even yell at me. I shut up, I listen,
Okay, go ahead.
because it's so important what
I'm
they
listening.
say. Okay, but you.
Sorry, I'm not.
No, I understand, you're getting out of the sun. So all of this that you're doing, okay, on a daily basis to help society is going in the toilet because you're minimizing your actions and you're failing to own what they did. That's going to change the outcome of this completely,
Right.
okay? Because you continue to lie and you continue to say, 22 years, man. 22 years in every aspect of law enforcement that you possibly can, okay? From spec ops to, which is our SWAT, dive team,
Oh, you're
all this
SWAT,
crap,
okay.
Soon the officers did realize that Portillo may have made a mistake, but his intentions weren't wrong, and he was actually doing a good job out on the roads. This understanding helped de-escalate tension, leading to a much calmer conversation.
You good now?
If he opens that door, I'm gonna grab you, and me and him are gonna crawl. Me and you are gonna crawl in the back of that because I am not about getting bit.
Yeah, just don't sing it. His name is Zeus. So
He doesn't know.
he is certified. No, he doesn't know.
So we clear Quality Inn, Days Inn, Motel 6 with him.
The reason I'm asking is because when I ask for your ID, typically we want your driver's license, right? I understand you gave
Right, but I
me your
gave
property
you-
ID. We need your driver's license. It has the numbers on there so we can identify you.
Right.
I don't know what the point was in refusing or asking me to detain you and Louis doing that, but just so you know, I can charge you for that if I choose to.
Okay.
Secondly, the pulling away from us as we're trying to detain you. You know what that's called? It's called resisting arrest. I don't know why you would think to do that. I don't know why you would think to get in more trouble. You know what I mean? Next time law enforcement comes up to you.
Honestly, it was probably just out of a habit. Not resisting you guys.
Don't minimize what you're like, or justify.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to
doing, man.
justify it. It's just
You're doing good for the community by lying. It's like it's taking your credibility and it's
away.
destroying it.
I understand.
Man, like understand that. Like you're doing good.
Right.
Quit lying.
Right.
Be a good person.
Right.
You're
and
on
that's
the
what
right
and
path.
that's what I talked to Pete Costellas, because we went to high school with my wife, and
After receiving a gentle and kind approach, Portillo admitted his mistake, leaving the officers feeling relieved.
it's a learning thing. But I apologize. I apologize to you guys, but I just come from a different world.
Well, if don't make statements like that, just future reference, because what you're saying is that you can't perform.
No, I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if one of these guys were to tell me, "Hey, man, I'm just used to combat. I'm just used to fighting," cool, bro.
Job's not for you.
You exactly. So
Right.
that's what you. Just
Okay,
said.
well, I just messed up.
So, like, chill out. Don't try and justify your action
Okay.
in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Well, Portillo may have saved himself from facing multiple charges, but he was not going to get away with a clean slate.
No, you're actually going to be. I'm not charging you for resisting or concealing ID. However, we are charging you for impersonating a police officer. We're going to write you a citation.
Okay.
There's going to be a report. You have a court date, all that stuff. Officer Powers getting that ready for you right now. He'll bring it to you and he'll explain it to you in a minute. It is a full misdemeanor, just so you're aware. And just to clarify, you can use your lights and your authority here in the parking lot.
Right.
Wherever your private property that you're contracted to be. If you're on the highway, you're in the city of Albuquerque, you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, you are not a police officer.
Correct.
You cannot do that. If you would like to become a police officer, we're hiring.
Yeah.
It's great.
The cops did eventually let Portillo go, but he received a citation for impersonating a police officer. However, the arresting officer forgot to sign the citation, and eventually the case was dismissed without any further action. The police department did file the charge again, and Portillo pleaded not guilty to the charge. As of now, the case is still ongoing. Well, if you think this person was insane, the next guy took things up a notch.
You're wearing a patch that says sheriff. That's impersonating law enforcement.
On the 1st of January 2023, the Oklahoma Police Department received multiple complaints about a man posing as a sheriff's deputy and pulling people over for no reason. Moments later, a couple of officers were dispatched and they went over to confront the person.
Do you have any weapons in the car or anything like that? Like a gun or anything like that?
I don't even have a gun. Okay. I'm 19 years old. I ain't gonna have if this is gonna cause problems and the truck's over there, I'm just gonna take out the vest. And I'm from Tennessee, so.
Okay. Why are you wearing the vest?
Like I said, I drove from all the way from Tennessee, but I'm not gonna have people call me when I don't even live in this damn state.
Okay.
It's gonna piss me off.
You're a deputy sheriff?
Well, I mean, I work at the sheriff's office.
Okay.
So, I mean, what?
Were you a corrections officer for the
Yes.
sheriff's office? Okay. Why do you wear a vest outside of the facility? Is this an agency vehicle or is this your personal vehicle?
This is my Kia.
Okay. It's just a little odd because whenever I worked in the jail,
The individual was identified as 19-year-old Jackson Jones, who claimed to be a corrections officer at the sheriff's office. However, later it was revealed that he only worked as a jail administrator and was even fired from that position.
that might be true, but
And
it's just a
Oklahoma's
little
pulled me
odd.
over before too, wearing this stuff. I mean, like every time I come up here, I mean, like they don't. All they say is it's just odd. I never see it. I was
Right.
like, well, I mean, like, well, guess what? Yeah, I like wearing it. Just like in Tennessee, I got pulled over for it, and guess what?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's against the law or anything. It's just
And I've even
odd.
had it taken off, and I've had it set right here before, and they're like, and I get yelled at for. There's like, well, it's kind of weird that you got your belt and your vest.
You got
and-
any kind of employment identification?
Dude, they don't give me that when you work at the jail.
Really? You don't have like an access card or an ID badge or anything for the facility that you work at?
I don't. I can show you my face though. That helps you. Think of mine.
Jones was wearing a vest and also had the duty belt on with the knives and other gear typical of a deputy. The officers soon realized that the situation was suspicious, and they were surprised by what they saw in the car next.
You're wearing a patch that says sheriff.
Okay.
That's impersonating law enforcement.
I wore it all the time at the jail before, though.
Okay, well that might be true and fine within the jail, but when you come out to public, you don't have any arrest powers. You're not commissioned. Do you understand?
I understand that. I don't understand what you're talking
And you got alcohol in the vehicle.
Well, it's not mine.
Well, that's beside the point.
It's my girlfriend.
But,
And I don't drink, so...
well, it doesn't matter. You realize transporting open container, if any of that's opened or partially missing, that it doesn't matter whose it is. If you're in the vehicle with it, you can be arrested for transporting open container.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's not... I literally... It's not mine, man. She bought it. She lives up there in Luther.
Have you ever heard the phrase of when guys get hemmed up for drugs in their pockets and they say these pants aren't mine? You realize how stupid that is?
I clear traffic 0955.
Okay. So let's stop saying it, all right? Okay.
After talking to him, the deputies knew that something was wrong, and that's when they decided to detain him as they continued their investigation.
You don't mind if I search the car?
I don't care if you search the car.
Okay, cool. Step on out if you don't mind. Drop your cord there. Alright, face the vehicle. I'll just check you for, make sure you don't have any guns or nothing. Okay. Alright, if you wouldn't, that's fine. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and take the vest off and just sit it in the car. So do you wear this vest carrier on duty?
No.
In the jail?
I mean, like I can. I usually wear it under my hood shirt.
Okay.
What vehicle was it that you stopped and talked to?
I didn't stop at no vehicle.
No, I mean, you said that you stopped and talked
You
to
talked
somebody.
And it was some truck, but then he left out of the parking lot.
Okay.
But all I did, literally, I went up to
Let's go ahead. Get the vest off for me. And the only reason I'm having you take it off is so I don't have to worry about the knives or anything you may have on you.
Really?
The officers then proceeded to search his car, and he was detained in the back of their police cruiser. Upon searching his car, they discovered an open container.
Okay, so RP says he didn't actually see anybody, him stop and talk to anybody. Like, oh, okay. He was parked into a parking spot.
We're not looking to take you to jail, but
We're not looking to do
we
that.
want to talk to a supervisor.
I don't care if he takes the whole shit from me, like the vest and shit. I don't care if he take it. I mean, that'll keep me out of trouble.
Well, we want to talk to a supervisor.
I mean, it's on my phone.
In your phone? All right, I'll go grab it. You haven't been to work in 2 weeks? So you haven't been to work in 2 weeks, but you're wearing the uniform pants, duty style looking shoes, and a vest carrier?
Well, I mean, like, I'm trying to go back to work, though. I mean, my cousin's a jail manager. I'm trying to be a cop up here, but none of you guys don't like it.
Jones' answers weren't making any sense, and that's when the caller arrived at the location and made everything clear to the officers.
All right, tell me exactly what you just said.
Because he was dressed like a cop.
Yeah.
He had a sheriff thing, but it had sheriff written on the side right here.
Right.
And I live on 62 off of Adam Road. He was sitting in a driveway
251.
right beside 62 Highway. And I pulled up and I was staring at him because he was in there kind of cockeyed. And I was like, we live on a one way in, one way out. And, you know, we always are watching for cars. And I sat there and I was staring at him. And I stared for about 10 minutes of staring at him. And I'm like, man, who's this guy? It's kind of odd. He's in our neighbor's driveway. And I sat there and stared at him. And I drove off. He got right behind me and started following. And he was driving along. He was right on me. And I was like, almost on this line to get up.
The caller presented a completely different story compared to the fake cop, and it was about to get even worse.
What brings you to be a cop? Is it like, is it in the family or whatever? You know, trying to just talk to him. And he goes, yeah, a lot of my family are cops and stuff. And I became a cop when I was 18. And And then he goes, well, I got a call. I got to let you go. And then he left. And then when he left, he came towards by the bridge on a turnpike bridge. And he took the U-E and was trying to pull another car. He started flashing his lights at him.
Really?
And I didn't know if they pulled over or not, but he was flashing his lights like he was trying to pull them over. I was like, that's kind of strange.
Right.
I got home this while ago and told my wife, and I was like, man, this car pulled me over. And I was talking to this guy, and I was trying to see if she goes, oh yeah, because we got a cop friend that lives in Wellston. I was going to call him later on when he wakes up to see, because I think he works night shift, to see if he's really, if that guy really a cop. It's odd how he was acting.
I got you. Can you hang out here for a minute?
Yeah.
All right.
The officers soon came to know the truth and went over and arrested Jones despite his pleading.
Turn around and face the other way. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for impersonating law enforcement, all right? And then you also have a charge for transporting an open container.
Wow. My girlfriend could pick him up home.
Not at this time.
You know how long I'm gonna be in jail because I'm from Tennessee. Okay. My girlfriend's supposed to get it.
So she'll have to show proof of ownership. So if you get bonded out or whatever, then you'll be able to get it out.
Okay.
As long as we don't place a hold on it for investigative purposes.
Who's that?
Hmm?
The Oklahoma. Is that in Badger?
It's our detention center. It's our jail.
Is it big?
I mean, it's pretty good size. Yeah. A lot of people that go to prison say it's the worst place to be.
Oklahoma County?
Yeah. It's not a good place.
Well, I mean, I worked in the jail, but it was a county, but it was small.
Yeah, our county jail sucks.
Well, it was small.
Oh, this one's big. A lot of people in it.
I had 6 cells. Like six, like F.
Oh,
you know, like
we
F,
have
F,
we have
G.
200 cells on the floor, and we've got 13 floors.
So I'll have like a cell by myself.
Jones was escorted to the police station where he was charged with impersonating a police officer and transporting an open container. The cops also discovered that the reason he was kicked out of his jail administrator job was because he impersonated a cop. This seems like a mental problem, and probably some time behind bars would fix him. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we got to see some of the worst police impersonators around us. Particularly concerning was the second guy who was roaming around thinking of himself as a sheriff's deputy and pulling over people. Thankfully, law enforcement intervened swiftly before any serious harm could occur. Let's hope that these arrests and charges serve as a wake-up call, forcing these individuals to leave their attempts to assume roles they are not qualified for. If you agree with me, then please consider showing your support by liking this video, and also make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here.